I, Camille. They say I'm mad, but I'm not. Yes, I crave for clay. I crave to dip my fingers in this sensuous earth matter. I smell it. I eat it. I smell it on my face, my arms, my breast. I feel alive. This is not madness. This is love, passion. And look at you all today. Who are you to judge me? Paying so much money for your clay facials and clay body wraps and clay toothpaste. What pathetic farce. They say I'm mad, but I'm not. I crave for stone, marble, for the chisel to harness my will, to harness live matter. I rape the heart to make it soft. Yes, sculpting is aggressive. You see something like this and you twist it, you cut it, you chisel it, you make it yours. Sculpting is aggressive, and I am the energy. I crave for transforming matter into bodies, faces, limbs, nerves, skin, hair, muscles, tears, smiles, grimaces. I crave for impregnating matter with my emotions, furrowing deep wounds, feathering caresses. Is that a crime? Is that madness? I'm full of doubts. But no, art is my guarantee of sanity, and doubt, my elegance. No, I'm not mad. I am Camille, Camille Claudel, the sculptress sacrificed on the altar of convenience. Art is my self-knowledge. Art is my path to self-knowledge. My true aim is self-knowledge. All I wanted was to sculpt and also to be recognized, acknowledged. This is my story, a tragic story, but I'm not mad. My mother, no love, jealous of her own daughter because her husband, my father, admired my zest for life, my rebellious temperament. He loved me, he understood me. And my mother, domineering, obtuse, domestic, not so pretty wife, was jealous of me, my youth, my beauty, my talent, but most of all, jealous of my free spirit. My mother killed me, you know. She alienated me. It is she who put me in the asylum. My brother, he said nothing, did nothing. 30 years of incarceration and my brother said nothing, did nothing. He came to see me 7 times in 30 years. My sweet brother Paul, the Catholic soul, let me laugh. The ambassador poet, too busy with his diplomatic agenda, his pompous vaping, dinner parties, his Christian poetry filled with fictions of love, jealous of my difference. When I think of it, my mother never came. My sister Louise, once. Who is going to inherit the family estate, my beloved garden, and worse, my sculptures, the vultures, scavengers. That's what they are. They are all criminals. And Rodin? Rodin, the narcissist, womanizer, genius, madly in love with him, obsessed with him. His minotaur, bullying strength. He loved me passionately. But he was also jealous of me, jealous of my inspiration, my composition. He stole my ideas, you know. I'll talk about that later. It's too painful now. My story. I was born in 1864, mid-19th century. Not good, not good, not good for women with spirit. They lock you up if you speak out. They lock you up for money too. They lock you up if you have nerves. They call it like that. Hysteria. Oh. Born bourgeois family, not that it helped a bit. Had I been born out of wedlock, like Suzanne Valadon, or poor, like Kiki, poor among the poor, I would not have ended up here. I would still be sculpting. I grew up in a no-taste home, reeking comfort and conformity, ruled by my mother, of course. Rules, always more rules. Prison bars. But I played in the garden, my magic abode, already marveling at pebbles, picking up soft rocks to carve my presence in them, digging up clay, heaven in my hands, modeling little personages, giving them life. I knew from the very beginning I was meant to sculpt. The tomboy child I was, I ran and ran, up and down the hills, breathing in the fresh air in the countryside, feeling the wind in my hair, on my skin, ruffling through the grass and the foliage, my bare feet in the wet earth. My mother already hated me then. My muddy little feet and hands on her little precious rugs, on her little precious upholstered chairs, on her little precious mahogany tables. I hate furniture! I felt alive in nature, galloping like a wild animal. Paul would sometimes accompany me. He loved his vivacious, feisty sister. That was then. My father gave me an allowance to go and work in Paris, a beautiful studio, Quai Bourbon, on the Seine, where I could sketch and sculpt all day long, all night long, from live models. I remember, here he was, an illiterate Italian worker, dark hair like a horse mane, with a tan body of some exotic Apollo. I touched his muscles in order to draw them better. I touched his arms, his legs, his shoulders in order to recreate them in clay. A scandal. In my days, it was bad enough for a woman to be an artist, but to sculpt from live, made models? When I ran out of clay, I would probe the streets of Paris, looking for demolition sites, and dig up the clay from under the cobblestones. Not a scandal. They say I'm mad, but I'm not. Only my father understood. He felt my creative energy. He encouraged me. But my mother, she wanted to get rid of me. The mother. There's a lot to say about mothers. The ones that are meant to be mothers. And the ones that should never have been mothers, the ones that castrate and torture you because they have not found their own happiness. Tenderness, understanding, love. My mother only thought of money and her interior decor, keeping everything clean, in order. I hate order. I hate cleanliness. And clay is not dirty anyway. It is earth. Where we come from? White biblical, in fact. No, I didn't have a mother. That's why I guess there is always this feeling of absence which torments me. Artistic creativity is fueled by a sense of loss, the need to fill a void, to answer a question, to create a presence, because the distance of loss, silence, they create the link, and the creative act impregnates time and space. And that's why I'm here now, in this awful, God-forsaken place. She put me there. They say I'm mad, but I'm not. In those days, the late 1800s, right up to 1943, I'm told. I'm dead, but I know everything that is happening to me. If a woman was, well, not conforming to the rules of proper behavior, of what was considered then proper behavior for a woman, that is submissive, quiet, to be seen, not heard, not too intelligent, domestic, and certainly not an artist. Well, a husband, a brother, an aunt, a father, a mother, any member of her family could have her interned in a psychiatric asylum. It's a legal assassination, a legal convenient incarceration, a mouroir. A mouroir is a place where the unwanted are let to die. Je dérangeais. I was disrupting, spoiling the perfect bourgeois image of the perfect bourgeois family. Let me laugh again. I didn't die of old age. I didn't die of madness. I died of hunger in an asylum for the loonies. The French psychiatric hospitals do not feed their inmates, you see. Boiled rotten potatoes, weird twisted creatures swimming in a blurred watery soup, with uncooked vegetables and no meat. Sometimes a beef stew in a dark bitter sauce, or a plate of old macaroni swimming in the greasy bicarbonate. Stale bread in decomposing, stinking rice pudding. 3 dried figs, 3 dried dates, or 3 dried old prunes. An old piece of hard goat cheese, so old, so hard it would knock off your teeth. Wine? Vinegar, good enough to wash the sink. Coffee? Chickpea water. You spit it as it enters your mouth. And this horrible diarrhea that drains you, burning inside your stomach, making you weak with pain, could not swallow, could not eat. No, I didn't die of old age, nor madness. I died of hunger. And you paid 20 francs a day for that torture of mine. With that money, I could have put some clay and sculpt. You are the crazy ones. 79 years old. I'm 79 and ready to die. You will bury me in a communal grave. You will not come to my funeral. Never asked for my remains. Like a criminal. But you are the criminals. You even declared me dead 23 years before I actually died. Not that I care. You do not touch me anymore. What transformed my life into a destiny? Silence, ignorance, misunderstanding, cowardice. Ah, cowardice, a great homicidal apathy. My life is a puzzle to me. I was never really poor. Yes, I had debts, forgiven other relatives, creditors harassed me. But dear Rodin always helped here and there, introducing me to rich patrons. Rodin, I remember when we first met, such lust in his eyes. I opened my legs for him. He looked and drew, looked and sculpted my crotch. I let him do that because I trusted him, because I loved him. I remember he let me choose a block of marble from his atelier, and I picked up the most awkward one, a conical piece that nobody wanted. And a few weeks later, I brought it back. It had become a foot. You could feel the blood pumping through the veins, feel the transparency of the skin and the strength of the tendons. My foot was alive. Rodin was in awe. I jubilated. I had gained his respect. We made passionate love, like 2 crazed, starving beasts. And he signed his name. Rodin. On my foot, he signed his name. He lusted for my craft. That was his first theft. He stole so many compositions of mine. You know, the thinker, the prayer, the lovers, the kiss. I am the one who sculpted the harrowing fingers on his gate of hell. My gate of hell, indeed. You didn't know that, huh? How could you? All these hours, hands bleeding, all these days stolen away from my own creations. One day, he looked at my implored. He contemplated it, caressed it, and cried. Oh yes, Rodin lusted for my art, jealous of my unbridled creative energy, but he too abandoned me. There is always this feeling of absence gnawing at me. He never came to see me in my prison. Men, even the strongest ones, do not know how to deal with affective adversities. They can scream, use foul language, they can physically exalt their anger, but they cannot deal with the reality of somebody else's pain. Rodin, my protector, Rodin, the only man I loved, had also become my enemy. I called him le triste cire, la fouine, the sad lord, the ferret. I died because of a conspiracy of silence. I was too alive, too eccentric, too excessive, too much of too much. Anyway, what's the point? There is nothing to explain. It was bothering, disturbing the insipid ordered existence of my family, so they locked me up in one. But worse, they kept silent. Silence. Silence kills. And it is a long death. 30 years of it. You cannot even begin to imagine. Let me tell you about the cold. The freezing cold that numbs your fingers and turns them into blue mauve sticks of ice. They should have sent me to Siberia. I cannot even hold my pen. I haven't been warm the whole winter. I'm frozen to the bones. I'm cut in two by the cold and I have the flu. A friend of mine, and God knows why, she has also ended up here. She's been found dead in her bed. The cold killed her. It's awful. Nothing can describe or make you understand how cold it is here. The iron bed with a thin blanket of horsehair that makes your skin bleed. The cold that killed my neighboring maid. The cold that gnaws at you, blistering your soul and body with needles of carnivorous thirst. Let me tell you about the walls. Humid, covered with mold, patches and flakes of decaying plaster, a leprosy of sickly grayish, sickly pinkish, sickly greenish walls. I scratched them with my nails. I dug into them, piercing some illusionary windows, windows, open windows, how I long for you, windows. Or I tried to get a chunk of plaster that I could sculpt. I bled on these walls, but I didn't feel the pain. Too cold. Let me tell you about the solitude. An ominous, ghostly mantle of despair, enough to make you mad, but I was not mad. I knew what they were doing to me, isolating me like that. They say I was paranoid. I would like to see. You would not have lasted a week. I got 30 years. Let me tell you about the promiscuity. Having to wash yourself with other inmates in these awful dirty tubs with cold water, sharing a meager bar of black soap, seeing those poor bodies eaten away by hunger like me, wounded and scratched and self-inflicted cuts of despair. Hearing their scream, day in and day out, howling like hunted animals. Oh, ah, oh, ah, ah, ah. I screamed too. I screamed until my lungs, my throat could not withstand the noise and the pain. I screamed like a mad woman, but I was not innocence. I am innocent. I screamed my desire to live. I screamed my desire to sculpt. I screamed my need to feel the clay. And I wrote as often as I could, depending on the ink and paper that I would be given. But my letters were censored. Mother's order. And visits were forbidden too. I could not reach my friends, only my family, and with a family like mine, who needs an enemy. So letters to my family then, that were seldom answered, less for food. I asked for food, I asked for cookies, I asked for a visit. I begged to get me out of here. Oh, but it was your own good, Camille. You need rest, you need to calm your nerves. A maquillage of silence. I am not human anymore, you know. I scare myself. I feel like a cabbage eaten away by caterpillars. As soon as I grow a new leaf, they eat it. Yes, I do feel persecuted by all, and mostly a mother that never kissed me. Poor mother. Was she ever kissed herself? Poor, cold mother. Poor, depressive, cold mother. When Papa died, my mother's hate showed even more. She did not even tell me. She did not even invite me to the funeral of my father. She knew how much we loved each other, he and I. That's why. And now, I always confuse the date of Papa's death with the date of my internment. The same. It's all the same. Day after day. Same. And who cares? I'm falling into the pit. I live the nightmare of my dream. I cannot fall asleep. The moment I close my eyes, the nightmare begins again. I cannot even die when I choose to. I cannot choose to die. I should be able to die of despair, to go on the other side of pain. But no, I cannot even die. All I'm allowed to do is wait, and wait, and wait, and wait. The image I carry within myself, not Rodin, not food, but all the sculptures buried inside of me that I will never be able to birth. And that is my true tragedy. And now, I'm going to die in front of you. One should be able to see oneself as if it were the last time. I can hear them laugh. A macabre laughter, a laughter in hell. A farce, as I said, a tragic farce. Get me out of here. Get